Hello. My name is the Wild Guardian, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about that rosy feeling. Potentially, you've felt it on more than one occasion in your life. I hope so. And if you haven't, or if you are curious what I think it means to have a rosy feeling, I'll give you my definition. And it doesn't really have anything to do with the color. It's about the feeling. The feeling of being completely at ease in whatever moment you're in. Now, right now, I could not be more in my rosy feeling. I have spent years cultivating and curating my environment so that everything around me reinforces this feeling. So for me, there's details, there's tangible pieces. Wherever I look, I see things that remind me of the fact that I have chosen to live my life this way. I have chosen to move through the world with this feeling that I belong to myself. I belong to the colors and smells that make me feel like I'm at home. And home has nothing to do with the place that I was born, although there are many things from that time in my life when I was in my parents' home which are part of it. Because again, to me, this rosy feeling was something that I wished to always have around me. Right now, my phone is sitting on a box that I painted back in 2002. And I covered it in flowers and fairies and this curly vine that, now that I'm looking at it, resembles this curly line that I drew on my face to get ready to make this recording. And there is a huge sun up above. The sun takes up a good chunk of the box. And it just ended up being this. I mean, I know it's the sun. I don't know if other people would know it's the sun. I'm not saying this is an amazing painting here, okay? I wasn't that good back then. But I love it. I have to turn it around. The fairies on the cover of the box, each of them has their own little style. There's 7 of them. And there's a couple of butterflies, and the butterflies have a little cascade of little magical dots. And there's tulips, and a tree, and some bulrushes, and then there's flowers growing off of the vines. And that design, that thing that I painted on that box is so completely what I would consider my rosy feeling. You know, I take a step back and I look around. I got my fluffy powder blue sweatpants that are honestly fabulous. Whenever I put those on, I'm in my rosy feeling. Against that wall over there, a bunch of more paintings I've done more recently. I won't talk about what's on them, it's just craziness, but all of that over there is various portals into different rosy feelings. Everything in this room it was selected because it makes me feel this feeling. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta pick these things for you. You gotta pick the things that give you that feeling. You know? Whatever gives you that ooh, it feels a little spicy. It's got some magic to it, you know? And within myself, it feels like it's kind of childish. It's childlike. It's playful. It's silly. It puts you in that state of mind of possibility. You know, it feels like anything could happen next. Anything's possible. Anything could happen. I could do anything. Whatever I want to do, I can do. That's what it feels like. Whatever I can do, I can do. And then you just kind of sit with that. And you don't necessarily have to act on it. You know? It's not actually about the doing always. It's about giving space for something to show up. So you're open for it when it comes. And it might be a wicked idea that comes bubbling up from the bottom of your belly. And you're like, ooh, that's a desire right there. I've got nothing against desires, by the way. I'm not one of those people. I love desires. And the thing about desires is you don't always need to act on them. Sometimes just feeling that, ooh, I would love to have that. It's not about necessarily getting it right away. You know? It's like what is in this that gives me that wanting, you know? And then it's like a kind of dance between you and the object or the subject or the idea. It could even be as intangible as that, you know? It's just this, ooh, I like that. That's given me something. It's waking me up from the inside out, and I feel like dancing my way over to it, even if that's completely ridiculous because, you know, it's not actually a thing that's over there. But you get that feeling of it coming out of you. It takes you out of yourself because there's this thing drawing me over there. You know? Like, do you ever walk around and you just, hey, what's that? What's that over there? I want to go see what that is. Just give me a second. I just want to know what that is. What's happening over there? There's something that caught my eye and I gotta see it up close. That. Following that hunch, that feeling, that, what's over there for me? That's part of the Rosy feeling, you know? It's that bubbling feeling from the inside that, ooh, there's something in this for me. It is calling to me. It feels personal, even if it's got nothing to do with you, and it'll never fully be yours, but just, you know, and for a moment it feels like you're touching infinity because it's somehow bigger than you in that moment. It's like, whoa. I've used this as a place of refuge over the years. It wasn't always completely surrounding me. Sometimes, you know, I would be in a situation with some adults who, you know, were giving me one of those lectures of, this is what the world's like, sweetie. Listen up. You know, you seem all full of life now, but you wait until the world gets its hands on you. And I'd be like, I don't know, man. You seem a little too miserable to be an authority on happiness. So, I am not going to let all this go in, you know? I'm not gonna eat this. And I would just seek refuge in this place inside me that's like, I don't believe you. That might have been true for you, but for me, I'm not one of those people that's gonna let the world take my sparkle. Are you joking? No. And so you get a feeling for, who are these energy zappers, and you just kind of veer away from them, and you just move in the opposite direction. You're like, no, I don't need to associate with this. This is not the wagon I'm going to be joining. But sometimes a rosy feeling it just happens to everyone at the same time. If you're from the north in general, you know what it feels like when you haven't had a sunny day in weeks or months. You haven't known what it feels like to be outside with the sun just on your bare skin. And then finally that day comes, and it's the first truly good day of the year. And nothing is wet, nothing is brown, everything is green and alive. And there's finally an opportunity to go out into a field with a blanket and have a picnic, or go to the beach, or go to a picnic table, or I don't know where you go. But it's happening because everyone at the same time is out and everyone is smiling. Everyone is just, they have that rosy feeling. They have it. It's like, it doesn't matter what else is going on in the world. For all those people are having their first proper nice day of the year. That is the best. It is the best feeling. And later in the year, once you've had a few nice days, people are kind of back to their usual routine. But that first day, when it's like we can finally take off our coats and our boots and our gloves and our hats and our scarves and maybe even our splash pants or our snow pants. I don't know how severely north you grew up in, but that is a very, very real, at least to me, it feels universal. That first day where we all get to go be in the sun again. And even on that day, those negative folks, they tend to pull it together a little bit, because it's like everyone gets touched by that feeling at the same time, because you can't deny how good it feels when you're suddenly surrounded by that much warmth and happiness all around you, and their happiness lifts you up, right? And it's not always that easy, You don't always have the circumstances around you reinforcing the feeling. So we've got to learn how to cultivate it. And I think that this channel that I'm starting now, this channel, it means a lot to me because, well, it's the one place where I want to be talking about this stuff. And I hope to always be within this feeling when I make any of my videos, because I want us to remember that no matter how hard things get, no matter how many things seem to be falling apart, if you're able to keep that rosy feeling inside you, you can still find the magic in the moment. You can find the humanity in that other person. You'll see opportunities that other people won't, because you haven't given up on yourself. Because that's what the rosy feeling is. It's that feeling that you belong to you. You are in charge of you. You have always your own best interests at heart. And no matter what, you're going to find, at the very least, the most you way to go about getting out of that situation. And I think that's another part that I really want to lean into here, is that part of having the rosy feeling is recognizing when you've ended up in an environment that is not conducive to maintaining that. And I just want to normalize removing yourself from situations where everyone else seems to just have given up on their rosy feeling. Because you don't need to actually stick around until, the fat lady starts singing, or whatever the saying is. You don't have to go down with every ship. Some ships are just going to go down, and actually better off for everyone if we just cut our losses and, find another alternative. It's being flexible is another way of doing it. Is another way of saying it. Being rosy is not necessarily cutting ties. You don't have to spell it out. You just hey, guys, I think that's me done for today. I'm gonna go home. I've had enough fun for one night. It doesn't always have to be this big theatrical, I can't go on like this anymore. Sometimes it might. But hopefully, if you are always in the mindset of maintaining this rosy feeling, you don't really get to that point. There's usually quite a lot of warning signs that things are going to be heading south, real down south, if you stay there, But when you hold on to one thing, when you hold on to that one thing where you're allowed to want to be happy, you're allowed to find things funny about even the darkest times. There's a reason why we have sayings like laughter is the best medicine. It's not about mocking people or being cruel. Laughing at people when they're down is a horrible thing to do. But there is something to loosening the tension of a situation by smiling at it. Like, how can you smile at it, whatever it is, and not take it so personally? And a final story I might want to share about this is actually how the rosy feeling can save your life. When I was in a lot of pain last year, at the beginning of the year, it was one of those crazy amount of pain situations that I didn't actually know it was possible to be in that much pain and survive. It had been a kind of thing in my life that when I would get my period, that there would be one day that would be pretty ridiculously painful. But this 1 month, it was, you don't know me that well yet, so, you're going to have to just take me for my word when I say I did make peace with my own death in that moment, because I really didn't know how I was going to survive that. And I knew that while I was trying to stay awake, because I was somehow almost having like a seizure or something on the floor in the bathroom. It was it was gruesome, man. It was gruesome. I'm sorry. But it was just in that moment, that's when I knew that all I really had in this entire universe was myself. And in that moment, the only thing I could think of doing was breathing. And just breathing into that place that hurt like wildfire. And just to keep on breathing and to not pass out. Just keep on breathing and to not pass out. And I've said it a few times in this recording, And I'm going to say it again because it was in that moment that I realized that I belong to me. And I am not going to let myself die. And if I do somehow get through this, I'm going to solve this. Like I am not going to let this be my life anymore. Enough is enough, like there's no way that this is how women live, if every woman had this much pain every month, like the entire world would, I don't even know what would happen, honestly. But I personally was not going to allow it to continue. And a lot of last year was spent on just learning how to be in my body in ways that no one had ever taught, even my mom, and probably didn't teach my grandma. And as I was just discovering more and more of everything, that's when I realized just how important it is to play. And the last video is all like, it's an ode to that. And as I just really leaned into this more and more, I realized that like that Rosy feeling that I had kept within myself was like a secret. I needed to like really just put it into all areas of my life. And I'll skip ahead a little bit because, I did find out that I had a cyst on my ovary, hence why I had that pain. And because of all the research I was doing, I discovered that, there are non-invasive ways that you can have a cyst basically disappear. And a lot of it was in alignment with maintaining that Rosy feeling, not letting myself take on the stress of others, removing myself from the situations that are making me feel out of control, and, taking my own health and well-being seriously. And, for a few months there, it required a lot of changes to my lifestyle and to everything. And I think that if I didn't have that underlying baseline metronome of I belong to myself, I am going to figure this out, I am going to heal myself, I am not going to have a surgery. I decided I was not going to go that way. I was going to do it on my own. And on the 3rd of March, so about a month ago, I had an ultrasound, and I'm very, very happy to share that the cyst was completely gone. And I'm not the only one who can do this. All of us can. All of us can heal ourselves from the inside out. And the thing that we needed to do, the thing that we needed to know, was that we have that power. We have that ability. We all do. And it takes a bit of stubbornness, maybe, audacity, I don't know, to just never let the negativity of others, all those people when I was young who just kind of laughed at me for being giddy, or, the teachers who didn't appreciate me choosing to paint a box of fairies that would have wanted me to do a chicken or whatever she wanted me to do. Like I wasn't a rebel, but in a way I just refused over and over and over again to let myself be sucked into this really terrible story that everyone's telling themselves. And instead, I've turned what was kind of a personal secret into everything in my life now. And this channel and the animated videos that I will create here are just my best attempt at trying to share it with others. because I don't want other people to think that they can't have this, or that this is not attainable, or that you gotta have everything figured out, or you need to have a group of people to share it with. I'm doing most of this completely by myself. And it took a long time for me to realize it wasn't because I felt ashamed or anything like that. It was because that's exactly how this goes. You cultivate this feeling inside of you first, and then you step out into the world, and then you have the well full, and you have something to share, because it's not coming from a place of lack or need. It's coming from a place of, I really want you to feel this too. I want you to know that it's ours. Like, this is our feeling. It's like, it's a vibe. It's a frequency. You can tap into it, and you can connect to people who've got it going on. It's easy to feel it on that first sunny day of the year, but like, it could be every day of the year. Every day we could have a baseline of having most people just be like really feeling their own comfy, rosy feeling. And then just imagine what could happen then. Like, just what would be the culture of, or the subcultures, or the cultures within the cultures, or I see culture really going fractal, man. I feel like there's going to be a lot of sub niche groups, so I don't think we're going to have that anymore, where we're all going through the same thing at the same time. But like, that acceptance of oneself gives space for all of the other niches of different cultures to coexist, and for us all to thrive in our own way. And that's what we get to do when we get into that zone. We get to feel like anything is possible, and I can connect with anyone who's open to connect with me. And sometimes it's going to be closed. Okay, that door is not open for me. That's cool. Next, and you let it come, and you let it go. People in your life and out of your life, because it's not about this blind consumption that we've been in for a while, where it's always just about what you get from situations. It's actually more about what you can give to yourself first. And then it's kind of like everything else just lines up, because you are actually good, and you have your feet on the ground, and you actually are clear with what you want to have next. Because when you look out into the world, you're not expecting anything. You're not throwing a bunch of unresolved issues at it. You're just neutral. And then you just look and appreciate what's here with me right now. And maybe nothing pulls at your attention, and that's cool. But then if something does, it's because it actually is meant for you. And you move towards it like it's a beacon. And then you can't really go wrong. You just... And then, okay, even if it doesn't end up being a big thing, it's like, oh, cool, now I know what that is. So, this is my best attempt right now at explaining what the rosy feeling is. I'll come back to this again and again. I know I will. There's a lot here. But I wanted to try and do my best to share something that I can now build off of and come back to. And that will be the last thing I share today, is the honesty that I want to bring to each video is acknowledging that they are unfinished. I am not finished my thoughts on the Rosy feeling. There's a lot more here. But in order to get to that next iteration, that next understanding, that next level deeper of this feeling, I need to share this now. I need to be able to close the book on what I've gotten to so far with this idea, so that I can get some feedback on what's resonating. I can step away from it. I can come back to it with fresh ears. And then I can know, okay, I missed this, or I need to add that, or this was kind of off. And that's okay. Like, this is part of the creative process. It's part of being human. And I think it's the way that I want to personally step out into the world. As I now am quite comfortable with the Rosy feeling within myself, this whole channel is me learning how to maintain that feeling while sharing it online on this channel. So if you're enjoying it, if you're enjoying this feeling, I would love to hear your perspective. And until next time, I hope you find as many different ways as you can to bring that Rosy feeling into your life. Thank you for listening.